All right, hey everyone, it's Gabe Stefan with Astro Talk. Today I'm doing a 2020 forecast for Cancer Suns and Cancer Risings. Okay, boy, we have a lot to talk about Cancer. All right, let's get to it. Okay, well, first things. How y'all feeling? I just want to know. Because from what I've been seeing, there's a lot of cancers who are winning, and there's a lot of cancers who are struggling. And let me say, this beginning of the year, okay, that lunar eclipse that's coming in January 10th. Hopefully, you see this video before that. Or maybe you'll see after, and maybe you can kind of reflect on it. Reflect on what happened. So, Cancer Moon. Cancer Moon. What am I talking about? That since the moon is your ruling planet at the soul level, and excuse me, and of your rising sign for those who are rising cancers, you will highly be affected by this lunar eclipse for sure. It's definitely if you are making the right choices with your relationships with people or not. This is all going to show you if you're, especially those of you who are in a relationship with someone, you'll definitely see if this is the right person for you or not. Is this the right business partner you want to do investments with or not? That lunar eclipse is going to definitely, if you're making the wrong decisions, being in toxic relationships, all that, the lunar eclipse is going to pretty much bitch slap you. Just keeping it real. It's going to pretty much bitch slap you. If you've seen this video after January 10th, let me know in the comments if that is true. And let me know if it's true that things are going well with relationships, or you're ascending higher with that. But it's really going to matter if you're surrounding yourself with the right people. I'm just going to be very honest with you, okay? Just keep it real. Especially with the Saturn, Pluto conjunction, your commitments with people. Also hidden enemies too, because 7th house, not hidden enemies, I mean open enemies, excuse me. The 7th house does represent open enemies too, so you'll know people's true colors this year for sure. You'll definitely see people's true colors if you're a rising Cancer or a Cancer Sun. You'll definitely be able to decipher through that. I just have to say, this would be definitely a transformational time for you when it comes to your relationships. It really will be. All right, let's move forward. Even, I'll say the first quarter of the year, it's going to be really relationship focused. Okay, whether it's with business, platonic, serious, enemies, all that. Okay, I'm just going to put that out there. Let's move along. Okay, let's talk about this Mercury retrogrades are going to come up. Okay, so some of you who are doing foreign travels in the spring, not spring, excuse me, February, March, be wary of that. You might have some delays, you might have some hiccups, and then it may enter your 8th house too, so that any share income, anything that involves share resources, receiving income, any inheritance or anything involving that, there might be some hiccups, okay? So I'm just going to put that out there. And then also going to the summer, not Venus retrograde, excuse me. The Mercury retrograde in summer will be in your sign, will be in Cancer. You will definitely be affected by this. So you might be the reason why there's miscommunication, or there's emotional, like people misunderstanding your emotions or anything of that nature, you will be affected by this Mercury retrograde that's coming in the summer for sure. For sure. Especially if you have a Sun and Mercury. Not Sun and Mercury. What am I talking about? If you have a Sun in Cancer, especially in the middle of Cancer, you'll definitely be affected by this Mercury retrograde. And the first part of Cancer season 2. Okay, let's see. What else? Venus retrograde, you won't be highly affected by this one, to be honest. Yeah, it would be revamping your spirituality and things like that, and it is a good time to get rest during that time period, but you won't be highly affected by the Venus retrograde, to be honest. Now, that Mars retrograde, though, you might be affected by that, especially when it comes to your career. Yeah, there would be some clearing when it comes to your career areas. Also, too, some of the things that you want to do with your career may get in the way of your relationships, too, as well. I just have to point that out because that Mars will be squaring all the Capricorn shit, and you'll definitely feel the effects of Mars, like just the confrontations and what you want out of your career could get messy with your relationships, or it might not see eye to eye on that. So you just be wary of that too as well. Making sure you're making compromises with your partner around that time in the fall if something pops up for your career, or you also get like some kind of promotion or something, but then it may change your living situation. It may change, certain things that may affect your partner. So just be very careful with that, or business partners or anything like that. Career-wise may affect that. So just be on the lookout for that. Make sure you're learning to compromise and not go off of your emotional instincts. And then also too, like that new moon in Libra in October, you'll definitely be affected by that too, since you are ruled by the moon. You go with the emotions, the tides of the moon. That new moon in October 16th, you'll definitely be affected by that. So something you'll definitely see some interesting changes around your home life, family, foundations, your security. There could be some things that are going to change with you this coming year. And then, of course, Jupiter, depending on where your sun is, Jupiter may be opposing your sun or your ascendant. It may be opposing that for a while too. So you may see some stress when it comes to, definitely with your relationships and stuff like that. And not just that, with your work, your daily routines. Since Jupiter is the ruler of your 6th house. So if you're creating so much stress revolving your relationships and things like that, it can affect your health. Just putting that out there. But since Jupiter and Pluto would be making positive aspects throughout the year with each other, and then with Neptune and stuff like that in the 9th house, definitely learn to expand your horizons, especially when it comes to your beliefs, your foreign travels. Those things will definitely help, especially if you have a partner or something like that. Those things would be perfect to help kind of like get things off your mind, not to escape, but just for that. But one of the main things for you this year, though, is definitely surround yourself with the right people. In terms of friends, Uranus is going to be affecting your 11th house. So it's trying to teach you to definitely choose your friends wisely, upgrade your technology. I mean, this is going to be a year where you'll definitely see some challenges. This is a year that this is not going to be a quiet year. This is definitely going to be an interesting year for you, Cancer. The Jupiter-Saturn conjunction won't really affect you too much. I'm not going to really point that out. But yeah, I'll just say this. Learn to compromise. Definitely relax when you can, but still put in the work that you need. I mean, you have a lot going on. I'm just looking at it. You have a lot going on, Cancer. And it's been like that since last year. So, I'm not saying this is to be dire, because I know my voice is getting low and you're like, oh my gosh, this is a bad year for me coming. No, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that could be a challenging year, but it could be for the good, because once all that stuff, all that Capricorn stuff moves into Aquarius, you're going to definitely see different outcome changes, especially in 2021. You'll definitely see a different year in your life. So just hang on there. Just hang in there. You learn lessons through your relationships with people and just compromise. Definitely learn to, let things be. If you need to cut people out, that's just the way it is. And definitely continue to go after your career, because that Mars is going to be energizing your career area, especially in the second half of the year. So you might end up getting real busy in the second half of the year when it comes to work, just to put that out there. But that's all I have. I don't think it's going to be a bad year for you. Just hang in there. If you are having a rough year or had a rough year in 2019, hang in there. I think this year would be a better year, but just get through this first quarter of the year, and then you'll see a difference. So, all right, that's all I have. So, don't be afraid to come out that shell, Cancer. That's all I have to say. All right, I'll see you with the next videos. Thanks.